Okay, but besides the cables, what can we actually do with this? That is of course like in an handheld, can we play games and what kind of games? It comes with the stand that says, okay, what the heck? I would say it comes with a stand. It's a very fragile one, very thin plastic, so it can break fairly easy. So we don't have any shoulder buttons on this device. So we're having the power and, you know, a very strange configuration over here for like using the device. I'm guessing this is for the power bank. It is for powering on the device. So the overall configuration of everything is really cheap. You can just actually see that this is like even not the same clone of a Nintendo Switch joystick. No, this is just a very strange cheap knockoff. The D-pad is not really it's not a D-pad at all, just 4 separate buttons. And when it comes to the 6-button layout, I think it's pretty cool. I love this 6-button layout. I think that's one of the reasons I've picked it up. Volume control over here, select start, and the reset. At the bottom we're finding a lot of extra things. For example, the USB, another USB-C, a micro USB, 2 of them, and I'm guessing these will be used for the controllers. There's another one, and of course we're having over here the micro SD card and the audio jack-in. It's an overall very strange configuration with a built-in speaker, and here we're having some overall information about the product itself. But you know, this is the maximum loading capacity, 5 volts 2 amps. But I'm guessing I need to charge the freaking device. I don't know what's going on with the audio itself. It's kind of weird. You can just hear how messed up the audio is. You're not going to be telling me that this is normal. Oh. Okay, but let's reset it. Oh boy. Everything is in different language. The question remains, can we actually fix that? Here we can change out the PAL or NTCS. The controls, quick load, quick save. And I'm guessing that this is the way how you can restart it. Oh boy, this is absolutely one freaking nightmare. Alright, so let's boot up the device down, let's give it a reset and let's see if we can change out the language. Let's remove the screen protector itself, or the thing that needs to be on top normally. There we go. That's much better. But so far the main problem is that we don't have the option to actually like get into the option itself. We have EGS, search folder, and we're just back at the same thing. We cannot change it out over here. With the folder we can just scroll through the system file itself. Everything is in Chinese and nothing can be done over here. The overall software of this thing is absolutely a freaking nightmare. Absolutely. We do have a search function. I'm guessing I can just fairly easily look into this. Let's see, we're having Sonic. Pressing OK. Oh yeah. Okay, nothing seems to be happening there. It's kind of weird, but I'm guessing. Oh, yep, that's the reason why. Because everything is in Chinese. Oh boy. What a hot mess this is. Absolutely. The only thing we can actually try out is just to boot up a game, to reset it, and hoping we can actually find a language setting. But I think we're not going to be finding this any soon because having the same kind of problem. That's absolutely a serious problem. But let's do some emulation testing. But getting into the Super NES, I do hear a lot of, let's say, stuttering going on. Oh man, like the D-pad is really bad on this thing. You need to press the button really hard, so this is absolutely like not a very pleasant experience. Where the analog stick is making it up. But that seems to be working just fine. So the emulation performance for a 16-bit Super NES, no, this is not the way I actually want to enjoy the game. But when we're getting into the Mega Drive or Genesis, like the emulation, that seems to be working just fine. So that's surprisingly good. All the sound effects are here. I'm always getting my ass kicked with this game, seriously. Here we go. This is what you're gonna get. Tornado power. Moving on to some Game Boy. Oh yeah. And I can tell you that also surprised like how good this actually runs. We do have turbo, so that's cool. There we go, this is the turbo function. The aspect ratio is not going to be perfect for this game when it comes to the display. But the gameplay. So if this thing would be like in English with normal naming, this would be absolutely great, you know. Would absolutely be amazing. But what is also like funny at this point is that where we have such a great overall emulation performance with, let's say, 16-bit, getting into like the Game Boy Advance, it is completely unplayable. They're thinking, what the heck did happen here? Look at this. It's really, really bad. I know that is thing that I've seen in many different years, that these like devices, it's also like a hot mess. Not only in the naming, but just the way how the audio and the overall emulation. You do wonder, don't nobody freaking test these things? What the heck is going on? Oh boy. So let's see where we're having more CPS 1, 2, 3, but let's check out some Neo Geo. Next up, some arcade Neo Geo, and I'm testing the Art of Fighting 3, simply with the reason because this is a more difficult one to emulate. Yeah, you can just already see that it doesn't work at all. Oh, there we go, finally. Oh, this is just unplayable. Also, the button mapping is completely weird, like the R seems to be the A button. Yeah, this is just unplayable. Look at this. So what is kind of interesting when you're getting into the arcade part, this seems to be working just fine, or at least the frames per second. Yeah, but none of the buttons have been mapped, so you can only shoot in one direction. Oh boy, that sound is really awful. But so far that seems to be working just great. Okay, next up some CPS 2, and you can just see how good it actually runs without no problem. And the display looks absolutely great. The D-pad is of course absolutely horrible. I can get a move out. Yeah, but getting the supers out is completely different. Okay. But where the audio is great, the display looks absolutely amazing. This is not bad at all. Absolutely not bad at all. So when it comes to the overall emulation, you can just see that it is going to be a mix. Some devices will run okay, but some are just awful. So the weird thing is that we need to reset the device itself. It sounds kind of logical, but yeah, it's weird. So somehow this thing is completely one hot mess to the AV out. Where we do have audio, but there is no controls. So what is maybe possible that we need to plug in a micro USB controller, and they are not included in the kit, so we cannot go any further. The DY19 comes with an, I say DIY, but it's actually DY14, comes with a very hefty price tag. That has to do with the massive battery that's in the inside, and power bank with an handheld. Yeah, it's a very interesting combination. I've seen it before, but most of them are quite expensive to buy. Where this thing does come with a very beautiful display. The AV out, this should remove it because it doesn't work at all. For some, let's say, an expensive handheld, it does have like some awesome features. Unfortunately, it's all in non-English language. Yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of the DY19. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing, and it will be great to see you in the next video.